All right, man, we back. Mercy Sports Talk. The Pistons fell 2 spots to number 7 in the draft lottery. They really never give us no love in the lottery, but let's talk about it. Appreciate the love, support. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And, you know, I was expecting this, all right? I was hoping that we can get up in the top 5, top 3, but you know what? The NBA is rigged. I think it's the most rigged sport in America. All right. If you haven't been watching the playoffs, the referees have been taking over the playoffs with their foul calls, and there's no other sport that the refs can control the course of the game like the NBA. You can foul out, you can shoot 1,000 free throws, and they have a referee openly admitting to help cheat games in Tim Donaghy. So let's establish that. We all understand the lottery is rigged. Remember David Stern asked Shaquille O'Neal before he got drafted where he wanted to go, somewhere hot or somewhere cold. And he said he wanted to go somewhere warm, and they got him drafted to Orlando. So at the end of the day, we just got to draft better. We had great opportunities to draft guys like Devin Booker and guys like Giannis and Rudy Gobert, and the list goes on and on. We had excellent, opportunities to draft those type of guys, and we missed, and hopefully Troy Weaver turns our luck around as far as drafting and bringing in the right guys to fit the program with the system that we got going. But I had a chance when I seen we had a 26% chance, I think, at the 7th pick. It just didn't shock me because, even we got the number 2 pick with Darko, that was Orlando Magic pick. All right, it was a protected top number 1 pick. But the great thing is, not to harp on the bad, is that this is a really deep draft. You still can come away with a really good player. We seen Steph Curry go to 7th, 8th spot. Somebody took Johnny Flynn before him, and just a number of players. We've been in this position where we could have took C.J. McCollum. We took, I think, KCP. We could have took Giannis. I think we took KCP. So hopefully Troy Weaver is as good at identifying talent. I mean, you still got guys like R.J. Hampton, Killian Hayes, Cole Anthony, the brother from Iowa State. So this is why I didn't start doing the draft spotlight, because I kind of want to know where we was going to pick. But this ain't the worst year not to have the number 1 pick, because it ain't no consensus number 1. All right, but what you got to understand, the league don't want Detroit having shit. They was mad that Detroit, basically stopped Jordan from being a dynasty too early and broke up the Boston and Laker dynasties and stuff of that nature. They was mad at us in San Antonio for taking over when we did, and they said we produced boring finals. But, hey, the last few finals with Golden State before Toronto was boring as hell. The NBA only want, L.A., Boston to really be dominant, or wherever LeBron or a star like LeBron, and that's just the honest truth. So when you as a mid-market or small market team, get an opportunity to win a championship, it's even sweeter because it's really San Antonio, Detroit, and places like that. It's us versus the NBA and other team, and that ain't fair. The NBA is rigged. The NBA is shady. They don't want none of the small team win. Hey, just keep it to an 8 or 10 league team, because at the end of the day, we know that the ref control the floor of the game. In the NBA, you only got 4 or 5 teams that can win a championship at the most. If you look at the history of the NBA, let's just go to the 80s. Or before that, Bill Russell had 11 titles. Go to the 80s. It was Boston and the Lakers finals every year except for like 3 years. 1 year the 76ers, another year to Houston, and then 1 year with the Detroit Pistons. All right. You go to the 90s. Jordan dominated with 6. Hakeem got 2 because Jordan left out. And then San Antonio Spurs took 99. To 2000s, it was either Lakers or the Spurs. You know what I'm saying? So the NBA don't have no parity. They don't want to have no parity. And they want to know why their ratings suck. You want to know why the average hardcore, NBA fan from the 90s and the early 2000s and the 80s and the 70s no longer interested, because the game is pussyfied and it's rigged. All right. If you want some organic basketball, high school, AAU or NCAA, but I'm not even mad. Hopefully we still can end up with a really, really good player, and it's really, really hard to tell who's going to go number 1 this year for real. So, I mean, hopefully end up with a really good player, but I wasn't expecting them to do us no favors. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Want to make a donation? CJ Good is the Cash App, PayPal link there as well, too. And check out my other channel, Goodfellas Sports TV, one time for the one time. Let me know what you guys think, Piston fans, about landing the 7th spot in the lottery. Minnesota gets number